Ladies and gentlemen, konnichiwa. I would like to send my greetings to all participants and organizers of the Innovation Leaders Summit 2021. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about the momentous transformations the Brazilian economy has been going through in the last years. Despite the worldwide downturn provoked by the pandemic, Brazil is moving towards a vigorous economic recovery. According to the latest IMF report, our country is poised to grow 3.6% in 2021. The projected recovery will be pushed by record low interest rates, the rising price of commodity exports, and the continuous influx of foreign direct investments. Even with the hardships of the coronavirus crisis, investors poured $32 billion into the Brazilian economy in 2020. Additionally, Brazil's growth is driven by a deep structural reform program, which is a key pillar to our development strategy. The Brazilian government wants to increase the role of market forces and competition in the economy while maintaining an appropriate regulatory framework. Such measures include opening the economy to more trade and investments, promoting a large infrastructure program, streamlining the state bureaucracy, and simplifying the tax system. As an example, Brazil approved last year the Freedom Economic Act, a reform to drastically cut red tape for entrepreneurs planning to open a business in Brazil. The law determines that certain low-risk businesses, mainly small ones, no longer need prior license to start operating. Such initiatives are reducing the cost and time necessary to open and run businesses. Adding to the Freedom Economic Act, Brazil has also approved a new tax regime exclusive for startups called Inova. With the improvements promoted by this new tax program, Brazilian startups have an easier time registering trademarks and intellectual property and simpler tax obligations. The improved economic environment and the simplification of the legal framework is helping Brazil's startup sector to bloom. According to the Brazilian Startups Association, the sector grows around 27% per year, and Brazil has today over 13,000 innovative small companies. In fact, the startup sector represents today one of the most attractive areas for investment in our country. Following the sharp reduction of interest rates in Brazil, investors are willing to accept higher risks for the chance of better returns. Thus, one can clearly notice an increase of foreign investments in the startup sector. In this setting, I must highlight the importance of SoftBank and its Latin America Fund in fostering the startup environment in Brazil. SoftBank alone is responsible for the creation of many Brazilian unicorns. To support its growing startup sector, Brazil has strong institutions that provide the means for the development and growth of small, innovative companies. We will hear today from such institutions. The Brazilian Service of Support for Micro and Small Enterprises, SEBRAE, will introduce you to the country's current startup ecosystem. The Trade Promotion and Investment Agency, APEX Brazil, will further discuss internationalization strategies for the startups and the attraction of foreign investments. Thank you for your time and attention, and I hope you have an inspiring and fruitful event, and we will be happy to welcome you at our embassy should you want to further learn about our economic projects and innovation ecosystems.
Good morning and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I would like to thank the Innovation Leaders Summit for the invitation to be here with you today on behalf of the Brazilian Trade and Investment Promotion Agency, Apex Brazil. My name is Deborah Rossoni, and I head the Training and Competitiveness Unit at the agency. Apex Brazil works to promote Brazilian products and services abroad and attract foreign investment to the Brazilian economy's strategic sectors. At the Training and Competitiveness Department, one of our primary goals is to empower Brazilian companies to achieve the skills to overcome the challenges of the international expansion. Therefore, through our internationalization program, we offer technical solutions to support the internationalization of Brazilian startups. For example, in partnership with the Brazilian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and other key public and private partners, we promote international missions to global events, such as the Innovation Leaders Summit that place our startups in some of the world's most promising innovation ecosystems. In 2020, for instance, we supported 70 Brazilian startups with their internationalization plans in Canada, Spain, the Netherlands, Portugal, and United Arab Emirates. We are also one of the leaders of the program Start Out Brazil, a non-profit initiative sponsored by public and private Brazilian organizations aimed at providing Brazil's most talented, innovative entrepreneurs through training and access to market experience. Among the program components, I would highlight our focus on equipping startups with market intelligence and networking opportunities with potential customers, investors, business partners, and soft landing support in the world's main innovation ecosystems. In addition to talent, creativity, and forefront ideas, the internationalization of startups with global solutions also requires investment in strategic partnerships. This way, I'm pleased to now turn it over to my colleague Roberto Scotto, head of Apex Brazil's investment unit, who will walk us through our initiatives on innovation investment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the warm introduction, Deborah. I send my friendly greetings to all the participants in this remarkable event. First, I would like to say that it is an enormous pleasure to be here at the Innovation Leaders Summit. My name is Roberto Scotto, and I am Investment Manager at Apex Brazil. To start talking about innovation, it's important to mention that Brazil has reached the number of 17 unicorns over the last 5 years. Brazil is a scale-up nation, a country where startups may scale fast and find success. Our ecosystem has today more than 13,000 startups, and it is growing fast. The large consumer market and the Brazilian open mind and interest to new technologies are some of the key factors to this success. At Apex Brazil, we have developed several projects to support international startups and investors to find the best opportunities in Brazil, and I'd like to mention 2 of them. The first one is Scale Up in Brazil. The program is a soft landing initiative dedicated to help foreign startups to quickly validate clients, access potential investors, and learn how to set operations in Brazil. We provide a 4-week online training and a 4-week immersion in the country full of content such as business and strategy mentoring, one-on-one meetings with potential investors and clients, and contact with all service providers that entrepreneurs may need to open operations here. I also would like to mention one of our biggest projects, which is corporate venture in Brazil. Since 2016, the event has been taking place in São Paulo and attended by many international corporates coming from all over the world. During the event, we provide site visits, strategic information about the Brazilian ecosystem, and matchmaking rounds between these corporates and Brazilian startups and funds. If you would like to know more about Brazil, do not miss this opportunity. You will find more information on the Invest in Brazil LinkedIn profile and on our investment portal, investinbrazil.com.br. To conclude, I would like to emphasize that Apex Brazil is the Brazilian one-stop shop for those companies and investors that are interested in investing in Brazil. Feel free to contact us and we will be happy to support you. Innovation is here and the future is plentiful. Invest in Brazil, a country of millions of people and opportunities. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, thanks for inviting Sebrae to talk about our Brazilian startup ecosystem in Innovation Leaders Summit. Here's Paulo Pupin representing Sebrae, an organization that provides sustainable development and competitiveness to Brazilian small business. First of all, let me talk about what is small business in Brazil. Here, a business that has an annual gross revenue up to $960,000 is considered a small business and they are Sebrae target. Here you can see what the small business represent in our economy. They are the majority in total of business and formal jobs. Actually, they are the largest majority in total of business. It's 98% of total of business. But we think the participation in GPD and exportation can increase, and we know that innovation is the way, and that's about this that we'll talk a little bit. Our headquarters is in Brasilia, the capital, but we are spreading all 27 federal units with 300 regional offices and almost 1,500 spaces within our partners. And what kind of service do we provide to small business? In this slide, there are all of them, and I want to highlight the access innovation because it helps to Brazilian small business increase their participation in our GPD, as I said some slides before. Now, I will start to talk about specifically our startups. We have here in Brazil more than 13,000 startups. And as you see, we have a little concentration of 61% in South and Southeast in our territory. When we analyze the operating market, they aren't so concentrated. The most of them are in education, finance, health, internet, and e-commerce. Sebrae is working in order to increase the number of startups in Brazil, mainly in the north and northeast. And also we are working to increase their quality in order to reduce the early mortality, and all we want is to have more and more startups arrive at the same level of our 15 unicorns. From this moment, I will show you some programs that we are working on to increase the number of startups and to improve their quality. The first one is Inovativa Brasil. Inovativa Brasil is a connection, training, and acceleration hub for Brazilian startups. It's nationally recognized for the Brazilians and international innovation ecosystem too. In 2017, Inovativa Brasil was chosen by the OECD as a global example of innovation in the public sector, and of course we are very proud of it. The second one is the Startout. Startout is a program, a public policy implemented by Sebrae and with the Ministries of Economy and Foreign Affairs, Apex and Amprotec. Just to clarify some aspects, it has begun in 2017 as Inovativa did. And when in this slide, when I mention cycles, Just to know, it's a process of selection, training, startups, of course, and go to the immersion for AI ecosystems, okay? So these are the numbers of since 2017, and that was the details that I want you to pay attention. As you know, Brazil is a giant country, and we must reach the startups from all over our territory. Startup Way is our program that local Sebrae operates. How it works. They do a diagnostic and build a way to develop their business. And in this program, it's possible to be really close to the startups, mainly the countryside startups. This number that I'm showing to you is the numbers of 2020, and it's important to say that the most of 6,000 in aviation level aren't formal business. They are intended to be a business, okay? So here is Capital Empreendedor. Capital Empreendedor facilitates the relationship with investors. It provides orientation, network, and training for startups to be ready to be invested. Now I want to talk about the Startup Summit. It's new, but a very important event in our ecosystem. The first edition was in 2018. This event brings content and much connection to startups. In 2020, there are more than 9,000 participants and more than 300 national and international speaks. And of course, we will have Startup Summit in 2021. This is Catalysa Corp. Catalysa Corp is one of our 4 arms of Open Innovation Program, and it has begun for 2 years. Corporates ask us to write a challenge with them, and startups can solve this challenge faster and cheaper that the corporates can do. So we call the startups, we select them, and today we have 7 projects in execution. Here you can see some of our partners of this project. As you see, there are many huge organizations with us. Now, our executive board, Carlos Melis as president, Bruno Quick as technical director, and Eduardo Diogo as administrative director. Talking about Innovation Unity, he is their manager, Paulo Renato Cabral, and me, the deputy manager, Paulo Pupin Zandonage. Here is our official email. Feel free to send us any message, and thank you for your attention. And I would say that I've been in Japan in 2017 for almost 1 month, and congratulations for having such a polite and helpful people. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you very much. See you.
Sustainability, artificial intelligence, future. Innovation moves the world. Society has been changing more and more rapidly, driven by digital technologies that have an impact on all aspects of our lives. Each day, new ways of establishing relationships are created, different connections arise, and new needs are born. We are in the midst of a real revolution in the industrial process. Inserted in this context and striving to stand out internationally, Brazil follows an assertive path of innovation in its production sector, connecting knowledge and investments. The country is one of the largest economies in the world. Its companies are renowned for the quality of their innovative process, with an emphasis on agribusiness, aviation, deep water oil exploration, and sustainable cosmetics. A country marked by diversity, Brazil is also an international leader in scientific production, occupying the 13th position in the world rankings. With numerous high-level research centers and groups, the focus now is also on growing in the development of applied research. We wish to continue innovating to promote greater competitiveness in the global market. And to do this, Brazil relies on EMBRAPI, the Brazilian Agency for Research and Industrial Innovation. The organization's mission is to bridge the gap between qualified research centers and enterprises, including startups, increasing the generation of innovative products, processes, and high value-added services. Established in 2013, EMBRAPI also inserts Brazil globally in Industry 4.0, investing in the modernization of the domestic production sector. The institution is confident that research, knowledge, and technological innovation are the paths for those who wish to go further. To meet the industry's needs with excellence, EMBRAPI has an innovation network composed of EMBRAPI units. There are more 60 research centers spread across the country, with a state-of-the-art infrastructure and qualified researchers to carry out innovation projects in the most diverse areas: green technologies, sustainable energy, medtech, advanced materials, artificial intelligence, and others. The growth of projects and companies served by EMBRAPI has been exponential. In just 6 years, more than 8,000 projects have been supported and around 800 companies have benefited. The model is at the forefront of innovation, combining non-reimbursable public resources with financial investments by companies to co-finance the project. The process is flexible, agile, and lean. It means more innovation and competitiveness for the domestic industry. In 2020, the company tripled its investments in the health sector. Its contribution was essential for the development of projects to combat the coronavirus pandemic. EMBRAPI believes in the potential of uniting companies to make the industry even more competitive. The organization supports the development of cooperative projects among competitors, among companies in the same chain, and also in partnerships with the startups. With more than 12,000 startups across the country, the relationship with the industry gives scale to the development of new projects. Large companies can take advantage of innovative startup solutions to increase their productivity. EMBRAPI builds the bridge by offering even more resources and facilitating mechanisms. Brazil is also a highly connected country. It features 34 million internet users and a high rate of use of social networks. That is why the development of projects with border technologies is essential. With EMBRAPI, Brazilian companies can rely on the largest innovation network in artificial intelligence in Latin America. The ecosystem operates in an integrated manner and with complementary technological skills for research, development, and innovation projects, ensuring the transformation of the industry in sync with the world. To further increase the competitiveness of the domestic industry and to put Brazil ahead, EMBRAPI also offers a network of innovation in graphene, allowing companies to innovate with the material of the future. The use of technology still raises the level of technological maturity for the development of new commercial applications. EMBRAPI also has a priority program for research and development in Internet of Things and the Industry 4.0. The goal is to promote modernization in the industry with quality and efficiency while making processes even more intelligent. With an emphasis on the internationalization of the domestic industry, EMBRAPI also invests in cooperation with different countries. EMBRAPI promotes the exchange of knowledge between Brazilian and foreign companies, allowing access to a wide variety of innovation ecosystems worldwide. These are partnerships with the leading countries that invest most in innovation, such as Germany, Israel, Switzerland, Sweden, and Canada, among others. These agreements give Brazilian and foreign companies the opportunity to share risks and advance in their business models. With Embrapid, the country stands out in its investment in research, science, and development. Strengthening innovation is the main path to economic growth and global development. Brazil's creativity and cultural diversity contribute to this. We wish to expand our borders and establish strategic partnerships to develop jointly new technologies that are even more sustainable and transformative for our society. Together, let us make the global industry even more competitive and committed to building a sustainable development agenda. Innovation boosts well-being to the population.
Hello everyone, I'm Guilherme Gondim, Head of the Science, Technology and Cooperation section at the Brazilian Embassy here in Tokyo. It's an honor to talk to you today about Brazil's Innovation Diplomacy Program and the startups that were selected to represent our country in the ILS 2021. The Innovation Diplomacy Program is a science diplomacy initiative championed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Its main goal is to promote Brazil's image as a country at the forefront of scientific research. We need to go beyond the stereotypical image of a country that exports only basic commodities, but rather can also offer technological innovation to the world. The program fosters technological cooperation with other countries and invites foreign research centers in collaborative projects with Brazilian institutions. It also promotes partnerships between technological parks, incubators, and, central to this occasion, supports the internationalization of startups. Under the guise of the Innovation Diplomacy Program, 7 Brazilian startups have undergone a criteria selection process and training session to represent our country in these events. I would like to take the time now to introduce each one of them to you and to tell how they might be able to help your company. Predify is an online smart pricing software that uses artificial intelligence to improve pricing processes in companies through the use of internal and market data. It applies artificial intelligence to identify elasticity price predictability, and dynamic pricing of a product and service. Hype Studio does animation for series, films, and games, working to create strong brands with high potential for licensing. Hype has been specializing in the creation and management of IPs, which can become valuable products for distribution and licensing, being sold on different digital platforms, such as games, apps, VR experiences, and even in theaters and theme parks. The company has already collaboration with big studios such as Netflix and Disney, and has 2 IPs in the market, Tainá and the Amazon's Guardian, and Guitar and Drums. AI robots use artificial intelligence for cost optimization and predictive maintenance of industrial and collaborative robots. The AI robots platform allows access to industrial robots remotely, increasing the productivity of industries and allows human beings to work more safely outside dangerous and unhealthy environments. Everlog provides a powerful and scalable transportation management software solution that connects carriers to the best logistics providers and that is designed to deliver the best rates. It allows carriers, shippers, and end customers to track and monitor their deliveries in real time and to review each type of shipment option for the accurate billing. To manage the relationship and communication with suppliers, the shippers have access to an online portal that integrates with the carriers involved in the process, eliminating unnecessary calls and emails. Digitalk uses artificial intelligence to integrate multiple channels, areas, and systems such as WhatsApp, Telegram, email, SMS, Instagram, and Line into a robust and definitive customer relationship management channel. This CRM channel can be used to create campaigns through multiple platforms, satisfaction surveys, inbound chats, landing pages, and much more. Fiberbio develops a degradable polymer using nanotechnology of cellulose crystals in order to reduce worldwide problem of conventional packaging, plastic packaging disposal. It uses residues from agricultural industries, natural and renewable products to develop the biodegradable polymer. The product could be used for packaging industries and should be attractive to any company that is committed to the sustainable cause. Fast Design delivers on-demand communication pieces to marketing departments, expanding their production capacity and expertise of their design teams. The company delivers a wide range of digital products from online media, websites, landing pages, social media images, to offline media, banners, posters, and brochures. For each project, the project manager selects the best team from over 400 designers and developers, based not only on technical skill, but also on personality profile and success rates executing each task. The process is able to reduce costs, bring new expertise, and complement marketing teams. Let me remind you that all these startups have individual pitches available through the ILS platform. In case you are interested, please do not refrain from sending a direct message to the companies. Furthermore, the embassy and my office are available to talk to anyone interested in learning more about the Brazilian innovation ecosystem. Have a great event.